Hello everyone and welcome to Talent Tracker webinar on importance of blogging, empower the social landscape. A quality blog boosts great content, a powerful voice, relevant and useful information to the right audience. Today's webinar will focus on importance of blogging and how as a HR professional one can leverage blogging. With this, allow me to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Kunjal Kamdar, Manager, Social Media Strategist at Polaris Consulting and Services. Kunjal has been involved in hiring for the last 10 years, having worked in both recruitment and sourcing capacities. He has done his PGC HRM from XLRI Jamshedpur. Currently, he is working with Polaris as social media consultant. Kunjal enjoys sourcing and using social media to expand and innovate his new channels in the recruitment process. Blogging is his real passion. He is the author of 35,000 plus hit recruitment blogs, Rambling Recruiters on WordPress. He loves sharing his passion for sourcing and social media with others in the recruitment community. With this, allow me to welcome Mr. Kunjal and to take over the session.
Yeah, thanks for the lovely introduction. It's always good to be connected and share whatever knowledge that we have with the community. So yes, very relevant topic, and that's what I like to talk about today. We'll be covering in terms of what blogging is all about, how do things can start, how can it help us as individuals as well as organizations, what is the journey of blogging, what kind of blogging that we as individuals can do. We'll also run through some specific examples in terms of how to choose a platform, what to
Kunjal,
rank.
Kunjal, can I just interrupt here? Hello?
Sure.
Yeah, actually, your voice is a little low. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on importance of blogging, empower the social landscape. A quality blog boosts great content, a powerful voice, relevant and useful information to the right audience. Today's webinar will focus on importance of blogging and how as HR professionals one can leverage blogging. This webinar is a pre-recorded webinar and I would request everyone to use the question pane in your GoToWebinar thing and you all can type in your questions and by the end of the webinar we'll collate all the questions and reply to each and we'll answer each query over an email. With this, allow me to introduce our today's guest speaker, Mr. Kunjal Kamdar, Senior Manager, Social Media Strategist, Polaris Consulting and Services. Kunjal Kamdar has been involved in hiring for the last 10 years, having worked in both recruitment and sourcing capacities. He has done his PGC HRM from XLRI Jamshedpur. Currently, he is working with Polaris as social media strategist. Kunjal enjoys sourcing and using social media to expand and innovate new channels in recruitment process. Blogging is his real passion. He is the author of 35,000 plus hit recruitment blogs, Rambling Recruiter, on WordPress. He loves sharing his passion for sourcing and social media with others in the recruitment community. With this, allow me to, with this now, I invite Kunjal to take over the presentation. Uh,
Hello.
yes, Kunjal, we can begin.
Great. Thanks for the wonderful welcome, and looking forward to this session in terms of a lot of information that people have in terms of blogging. Some already have some blogs. So this session would be a mix of both in terms of what blogging is all about, how to encourage people to start blogging, start sharing their experience and knowledge with the community. We'll be having this in various sections in terms of what is blogging all about, the history of blogging, how it can help us as individuals as well as organizations. We'll also look at specific examples in terms of what kind of blogs that you can start with, what kind of tools and platforms that are available right now, and also some examples in terms of blogs of how HR professionals or rather so this is a journey that we all are part of. So I'll just take you through some of the slides and also give you very specific examples. So yes, as you can see the first slide, that's the $1 million question that everybody has. That is to blog or not to blog, right? So that is what we'll be covering. But yes, blogging has quickly become one of the most powerful and popular ways of communicating. It just not only gives you information, but also you can connect with people who are maybe not in your geography, right? So it's kind of a global way of sharing information and your thoughts and expressions with your fellow community members. Some benefits again, yes, it helps you to share your expertise in whichever area that you are part of. Also informs people in terms of what you are doing, what are your activities, maybe some events that you are part of. And also, I mean, great opportunity to network, as I mentioned, globally. So it just does not restrict yourself to one particular location. So let's move on to the second one. This I'm sure most of us would be familiar with. That is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So this is a very interesting observation that we came across in terms of how they have related it to social media, right? So the basic hierarchy of needs would include your physiological needs, your safety, your belonging, your esteem, and self-actualization. That is normally how the hierarchy of needs has been defined. So let's look in another way in terms of how it is that we can relate it to social media. You might surely find this interesting. As you can see on the left side, there are the five actual needs that have been there, and we've been studying it since I don't know how many years. And on the right side, if you see, every popular social media has been able to relate to each of the hierarchy needs that we have, right? So you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook. Facebook again is more to do with your friendship, your family. We also have Google Plus, the community. LinkedIn again, yes, more to do with your professional career in terms of your networking. Then you have Twitter. Again, it's related to your self-esteem. A lot of people are on Twitter sharing their experience and knowledge, and they want a lot of visibility also. And also, you can relate it to, say, confidence or achievement, and more to do with respect for self, and mostly, again, with others. And yes, on the top, as you can see, we have the three most popular blogging platforms. So you should be happy that you are part of that top elite list if you're already blogging. If not, then you have a reason to reach at the top, right? So we have WordPress, we have Blogger, we have Tumblr. More to do with your creativity. Again, that's what blogging is all about. Problem solving. Whenever there is some challenges you like to share or like to give solutions to your community. And acceptance of acts also again. So this is more to do with reference to the hierarchy needs that we have, more to do with social media. So I guess this should be encouraging enough for you to maybe start thinking about blogging. Next again, yes, just a brief history in terms of what it is all about. Ideally, it was started way back in 99 when Mr. Peter jokingly broke the word weblog, right? So earlier it was known as weblog, which was coined by John Barger way back in 97, and then it was divided as vblog. So that is how ideally the new term was coined. That was in way back in 1999. So yes, it is quite a lot of interesting journey through that period in terms of late 90s to now that we are in 2015. Yeah, I mean, in terms of what it is and how it can use, it's an amazing way to demonstrate your expertise again with your fellow colleagues or your community, and also it helps to differentiate you with others, right? I mean, there are many people. For example, let me take from an example of an recruitment side, right? There are, say, just like you and me, there are hundreds of resumes. So how do I differentiate, right? Some might have additional skills, some might have certification. So yes, blogging also is an important part that helps others to also know that the kind of expertise that you hold, and also if you have a blog, that shows the kind of confidence that you have to share your knowledge with your community members, right? So yes, I mean, I've seen many people have blog, but they say that it's not working. So there are again multiple ways in terms of how you can promote, how you can be consistent, right? So just by having a blog will not help you. You have to write one, right? So that is ideally what it works. Yes, a lot of data floating around in terms of what are the number of blogs that are around on internet. It could be millions, right? Somewhere in the world, every half a second, there's someone who has created a blog. And I'm sure, maybe I'm hopeful that during this session or post this session, I'm sure, and most of you who are not on blogs, who don't have a blog, can maybe start creating a blog. So that would be my ROI, right? So that's what we are talking about. And yes, we are more to do with reading blogs at least once a day. I'm sure most of you who are in this profession would definitely read a blog. That is ideally how we try to gain information, or we try to learn something new every day. Yes, definitely. This is an interesting slide that people talk about, which is how does it influence people, right? I mean, does it influence you to purchase a product? Does it influence to say, maybe I can give you an example that every one of you can relate. That is, you watch movies, right? Before that, you read a lot of reviews about it, right? So that are all blogs that you're trying to read. So some could be in terms of products, some could be in terms of brands, some could be in terms of even joining a company, right? So there are a lot of articles in terms of what is this company's culture all about, how does it help, some employees talking about it online, right? So all of this definitely helps in some or the other way in terms of making a decision. It could be a purchase decision, it could be watching a movie, or it could be joining a company or not. So yes, it does play a lot of major role. And on the bottom, if you can see, businesses that blog at least 20 times a month generate 5 times more traffic. So more traffic means more views. More views means more people are trying to be interested in terms of what you are doing as a business, or what you are doing as an individual, or maybe an organization. Yeah, I mean, once you are in that mode, obviously this would definitely help you, because people would like to know when is the right time, right? When do we read? What do we do at what time of the day, right? So mostly people start reading blogs or maybe articles in the first half, that is in the morning, that is ideally between 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Some of them do read a lot when traveling, right? So this is also a time when people travel to their offices, right? So they are, I mean, on their mobile or tablets, just trying to read some relevant news or articles. So this is also a crucial time when people read a lot. Again, it will slow down at when you reach the end of the day, maybe in the afternoon or evening. But again, if you see, it will again peak up in the night when people have some time for themselves, try to catch up with some blogs or some articles that they might have saved during the day and may not be able to read it, right? So this is when they definitely would like to go back and read. So for us, in terms of bloggers, ideally we have to pick and choose in terms of what is the right time, right? When people are more active. So again, you have to manage based on that schedule in terms of when you want to post. So you'd be surprised to hear that people choose a specific time when they have to post something. Yes, that is very much interesting, because at that time of time, their audience or their followers are most active. So in order to gain lot of hits or lot of suggestions or comments, you actually need to understand your target audience you actually need to understand when is the right time to post, when is the right time to share an article or a blog. Yes, this is just a slide that I thought was very interesting, and I'm sure many of us have gone through this phase. We are all very excited to start a blog, and we announce to the world, hey, I've started my blog. This is my first blog, or I'm going to start it. And then about your third or first post, then you suddenly realize that okay, maybe in a couple of years I've not written anything, right? So yes, this happens to every one of us. This is not something new. But how do we mitigate this? How do we overcome this challenge, right? So this would be quite very interesting in terms of how do we do that. A lot of information in terms of global data we talk about. In US this happened, in Europe this happened, but hardly we talk about India, right? So let's focus on India. So this is one interesting survey that was conducted by Saurav Jain. His team evaluated 350 bloggers, Indian bloggers specifically. There was a survey, and fortunately, when I was part of this, some very interesting demographics that you can see on your screen, right? In terms of cities, there you have which city has more number of bloggers. Gender-wise, yes, good to see. I mean, a lot of female bloggers are very active in terms of male bloggers. People also have been blogging since 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. Myself, I've been blogging since 6 years. So it's been an amazing journey, and good to see such insights coming out of, at least with reference to the Indian context, because this is what we are, and this is what will help us all in terms of building a community and starting together. Again, some interesting stats with reference to India. 6.7 million. You'd be surprised. There are so many of people who are interested in blogging, and it's really good to be part of such an amazing community. Uh, Platform-wise, again, I understand everyone has their own platform in terms of what they want to choose. Some may choose their preferred platform, that is your blogger that been associated since years. Some may choose WordPress. I mean, I myself been using WordPress since 6 years. So again, it depends in terms of what platform works for you. Don't just go by the number of people who are using it again. But yes, the logic is there are more number of people using it because it's more user friendly. So pick and choose which platform works for you. Frequency, yes, very much important. I mean, I've heard a lot of times people saying that do I need to blog daily, right? So not necessary. If you have that time, if you have that passion and inclination to blog daily, yes, you could do that. But yes, you can schedule your work or schedule your blogging time slot based on it. Some do monthly, some do weekly, and quarterly is also fine, right? So that does not mean, I mean, there's no compulsion that you have to blog daily. If you can do it well, awesome. That would be the best thing. But again, average. Then we move on to, I mean, how much do I need to write, right? I mean, people say that I'm not a good writer. That is not. That's the most lame excuse that I've heard. Blogging is not about your writing skills. It's more to do with the kind of information, the kind of knowledge that you have that you want to share, right? Some people are not good at forming words. They use infographics. They use videos, right? So yes, there are different type of bloggings also, which definitely we'll cover once we move ahead. But yes, in terms of how you want to use your skills in terms of sharing the knowledge, there are various platforms available right now. Yes, this is also an interesting stat in terms of once people blog, what do they do about it? Where do they promote it, right? So this slide gives you an information in terms of which platform to choose. Again, on Facebook, it would be more to do with your friends, families, relatives. There could be also some professional network. You could be part of a lot of blogging groups on Facebook also. So you can pick and choose which platform works for you. Maybe you can try posting on Facebook, try posting on Twitter. maybe at the end of the day you'll come to know what is the number of people who have viewed it, right? So you can also get to know which platform works for you better. So ideally there could be 10 different platforms, but not necessary your audience will be active on all 10 platforms, right? So you can just pick and choose 3 or 4 platforms that you are comfortable with, that your audience is very much active. Based on that, you can pick and choose and share your blogs. Blogging, yes, there is a platform wherein you write, but you need a bigger platform wherein you share this, right? So that people see, people come to your blog, you pull out the traffic towards your blog. So that is very much important. Yes, there are also sponsored blogs. People write blogs, people earn money from blogs, but again, that's a separate thing. But yes, people do earn their living out of just blogging also, right? So just for those who thought that it will not help, how will it help? So this is one of the ways wherein it can help, right? There was one interesting blog that I came across some few years ago. The title of the blog was "Is Blogging Dead?" I mean, the irony is that person, whoever it is, wrote this about this topic on a blog itself, right? So I mean, that itself gives you the answer that it cannot be dead as long as you have a platform, as long as you have readers who want to share and write about it, right? Yeah, I'm sure this is the real scene that maybe has already started, or maybe in some few years in schools and colleges. This might be one of the cases wherein if there's a homework or assignment given, I'm sure the students would blog about it and maybe share the link with the professor or the teacher. So this is one of my favorite slides also. Awesome. This is a real. I mean, this was a live a snapshot taken yesterday night about the real-time activity. This is based on the WordPress slide. This is a collection of stats around the world of all WordPress users. So the dots that you can see, right, are the number of people who have at this hour, as in whenever this slide was taken, at this hour have blogged or liked or commented. So if you see, it's spread all across in terms of the geographies. So it's not restricted to one particular country. Again, this slide is more to do with WordPress. The reason why I'm talking about WordPress is, as you might have seen in the previous survey, around 60+% of people, that is obviously Indian bloggers, are using WordPress. So why WordPress? Yes, the number itself talks about in terms of languages also, what kind of languages are available. People can blog in all those languages. Number of views, number of comments each month, that itself talks about the popularity of this platform. Around 19 billion pages every month. I mean, views on all those things. This is just amazing. People are just out there trying to share what they learn, trying to share about their reviews, products, suggestions, comments. It could be anything. Yes. Yes, again, I happened to come across this situation some years back, wherein someone asked how was your day. I said that I just blogged about it. So this is also the reality in terms of people are always online, people are always trying to share something that they have learned. So yes, this could be one of the ways wherein you could start blogging if you've already not started. Yeah, this is the one that I always try to use when I'm trying to sell this concept of blogging. If they can do it, so we can, right? So I mean, they are the CEOs, they are the top executives of their organizations. So if they find time to blog, I mean, we don't have an excuse that I don't have time, right? So if they can do it, we can do it. So these are just some of the CXOs that have got onto this platform, wherein some write for their employees maybe every Monday, some write for their own blogs, some maintain their own blogs also. But the idea is just to understand that why they are doing it, why they are trying to connect with folks, right? So this is the most powerful medium wherein you can share your thoughts with a larger audience. And remember, again, as I mentioned, it's not restricted to a geography. It's just the power of the URL or the link of your blog that can be shared across the globe. So someone may be based in US, someone may be based in Brazil. He or she can also read your blog and maybe connect with you, maybe agree with your thoughts or maybe disagree. But the idea is to bring out certain relevant topics that people are very close to, that will help them grow and learn just thanks to your blog, right? Yeah, just one example that is quite popular. Mr. Yash Madik, he also has his own blog, and the recent blog that he wrote was quite a hit. As you can see, the topic itself is so very interesting. So the idea is again to pick up the topics which you are more passionate about, and also the community is more passionate about, right? So some people are, should I write for myself or should I write for the community? Again, it depends. Some people only write for themselves. Some people would like to maintain an online journal or a diary. So that is what blogging is all about. But the idea is to share your thoughts and perspectives with the community. So this was one interesting blog that was recently posted. I mean, as recent as last week. The topic is very interesting, not from XLRI or TESS. What does that mean for a career in HR? So I have just given you the title. So now I'm sure based on the title you might have decided, oh yes, I need to read this blog, right? So at times title plays a very important role in terms of how you encourage the audience, how you encourage your followers to come and read, right? So make it more interesting, make it more catchy. That is how it works. It's all about branding, it's all about marketing and advertising that we are all familiar with, right? So if you find the title very interesting, I'm sure you will go down and click on it. But also make sure that the content is also interesting so that you hold on to the audience. So it has to be a mix of both, your title as well as the content that you are sharing with the audience. This is, yes, another very popular HR blog, written by Nisha. She's based in US, a very active blogger, and always participates in a lot of HR communities and activities. So she has a varied list of topics under HR. It could be fun at work, it could be related to social media, it could be related to management, work culture, recruitment. So yes, again, I would suggest if you can maybe just go through this blog, very relevant, very interesting and engaging kind of topics that we as maybe say HR professionals can come across. Even for candidates, right? So lot of blogs that have career advice directly given by the industry experts. So what better place for me, maybe if I'm a fresher, what better place for me to learn from all these industry experts who are there on this platform, giving career advice based on their experience. That would definitely help me. Yes, this is another my favorite blog. It's been written by Nupur. Again, it's as good as Let's Talk About HRM, right? So that's what her title is, Let's Talk HRM. And this is one of the blogs that she recently posted, is all about new moms at work, how to retain them. So all these kind of insights that you get from all these industry experts definitely help us to grow and learn as individuals, right? So in terms of what are the organizations doing, what are the best practices, how we as HR professionals can get into it, how we can maybe leverage all these platforms, right? So this is a very powerful medium wherein we as professionals can take up to. Those who don't want to blog can actually start reading with it. Then you will develop the interest in terms of starting to blog, right? So don't start just for the sake of it. Obviously, it requires a lot of planning. It requires a lot of passion, commitment, and consistency. Because I know there are many who have started a blog and maybe have stopped it maybe within the first 6 months, right? So the first 3 months or 6 months are very crucial because that's your real test. So if you are able to pass through it, I'm sure there'll be a lot of blogs coming out from you as and when you are interested in terms of any topic that you want to share. Yes, talking about what kind of blogs is there are, I mean, a whole variety or a bouquet of blogs. I mean, right from fashion blogs to music blogs and to political blogs and niche blogs. So start with the topic or start with a theme or a category that you are more passionate about. It could be photography, it could be films, it could be entertainment, it could be anything, right? So as long as you have discovered the passion that you have for a particular topic, stick to it, start with it, right? So that's the most important part. So it should not always be a maybe a HR blog or a professional blog. It could be an informal blog also. I mean, as informal as your dream blogs, right? So dream blogs is nothing but something that you want to achieve in your life. You just blog about it. So it's as simple as that. Coming to the platforms, yes, there are many blogging platforms available. Some are free, some are paid. So depending on your ability in terms of what you want to achieve, what is your audience, what do you want to write about, how frequently would you be using it, how you would be using media or data, right? So based on that, you can define which blogging platform gives you more storage capacity. So this entire thing obviously gives you details in terms of what this is all about. The cost is also a very important factor in terms of what you want to see, whether it's a free blog or whether you want to start with a paid blog. So ideally, I would suggest go with a free blog. There is a Blogger platform, there is WordPress, there is Movable Type and Tumblr also. So start with that, get a hang of it, try to understand what works for you, what does not work for you. Then you can go for a paid version also, right? So there are a lot of parameters on which you decide what to blog and which platform to use. Yes, this is. I would normally recommend people who want to get into blogging and are maybe confused about the platforms or confused how to maintain a blog, right? So LinkedIn has come up with an interesting product, their LinkedIn publishing platform. This is nothing but is linked to your profile itself. So wherein you can freely come and blog about your topic that you are interested in based on that. And the best possible option in terms of this is you already have a ready platform or a platform wherein you have already established number of followers. So your followers is nothing but the number of connections that you have made on LinkedIn, right? So what better place wherein you can share your thoughts, because people are often worried that, okay, if I blog, who will read it? I mean, how do I create followers? Yes, it definitely takes a lot of time, effort, consistency for you to gain your followers. But maybe if you want to start, or this is maybe a shortcut, you can start maybe by using LinkedIn publishing platform, wherein you just start with write your headline, attach maybe some images, write about the topic that you're interested, and just publish. The moment you publish, it will go to the number of followers that you already have on LinkedIn. This is the example in terms of how you can track in terms of how many people have viewed your blog, what is the number of connections that you've made, what is the number of comments that you have made. As you can see on the top or right side, number of followers, right? So maybe I have around 9,500 followers. The moment I blog, it will go to all these people, and this is a ready pool that I have been created, or rather you have also been created in so many years. So what better place to start blogging? If you see on the top bottom side, I have just tried to enter some keywords, that is just trying to understand how many people in their profile in India have mentioned the word blogging or blogger or blog, right? So there are almost a lakh people in India who have mentioned these keywords in their profile, and this could be you, right? Or maybe you can reach you once you join, you can complete the 1 lakh figure, right? You also get the stats in terms of daily, in terms of how many people have viewed, how many people have commented on it. So it's a good way to start blogging if you have not already done it. Uh, Good way to share your expertise with your industry folks, with your community. Do try it out. I am sure it will definitely help you guys. Okay, I'll take a pause for you to just go through this slide because this is very interesting, and maybe I'm sure a lot of people have blogged about their life experiences, right? Uh, Facebook also, this was the journey of Mark, right? How he started blogging. So awesome, awesome. Okay, coming back, yes, companies also do have their own blogging platforms. They write on their career website. This is an example, interesting example, wherein an employee blogs about our first day at IBM, right? And IBM has published this on their blogging platform. So again, it's a interesting way to celebrate your employees, celebrate your culture, employees talking about their experience about the organization. So a great way for companies to leverage this, right? So until now we were talking about individuals. So why not? Even companies can make the most of it by sharing stories of their own employees on this blogging platform. Another example in terms of how Capgemini is promoting their employees. There's another blog that they have come up with wherein they are talking about their experience. It could be their stories, it could be their work experience, it could be the technology side, it could be anything under the roof in terms of the organization would like to take this opportunity and come up with such initiatives. For those who are interested in stats, I mean, this is just a snapshot in terms of how a WordPress uh, content in terms of stats, how does it look, right? Month-wise, you can track how many people have clicked, how many people have viewed, which was your most popular hour, right? We were talking about what time people are reading your blog, which is the most popular day, when do people read your blogs, in terms of views, in terms of visitors, in terms of the number of posts, right? So a lot of insights that as individuals that we can get when you maintain your own blog. SEO again, it's more of a marketing lingo in terms of how and when Google or maybe any search engine searches your blog. So the importance of keyword is very much important in terms of what kind of keywords you choose, right? So whenever you enter any keyword on Google, you might have seen the first page, right? So normally we don't go beyond the first page or second page maximum. So would you like your blog to be in that first page or second page, right? So if yes, then yes, this is quite an important terminology that all bloggers and maybe branding professionals try to use it to gain that kind of visibility, and that gives you a lot of visibility in terms of reaching the top first page of any search engine. Again, it is all linked to your social networks, your marketing, linked to your traffic. How do you generate traffic? What is the kind of content that you have? What is the kind of keywords that you need to enter? It could be sales. A lot of blogs are being used for sales purpose also, right? So this is also very important for you to understand what kind of keywords will work for you. Again, coming back to that in terms of setting the goals is very, very important. I understand you might start it today, but maybe 6 months down the line you forget about it. Set a goal, set a plan. It's okay if you write a blog in once in a month or once in a quarter. So that would definitely help you guys in terms of making a plan. So don't make a plan that I will write every week. Work out with a plan that maybe you'll write every month or quarter, right? So that will give you a confidence in terms of how to start and how to build it to the next level, right? And stick to it, reach your goal, define it. Maybe at the end of the year, I need to write at least 20 blogs. Start with that kind of number. If you cross it, very well, that's good, kudos to you. But yes, setting a goal is very important, and this is the most important slide. In fact, this, if I just show this slide and I talk for maybe even 1 hour or so, will not matter, because it requires passion and authority on the topic that you have, and again, which leaves most of the people out, right? So that's in short, that's how I define blogging in 140 characters, right? Blogging requires passion and authority, which leaves out most people, unfortunately. But that's, if you are part of that elite list of bloggers, then yes, kudos to you guys. So yes, that was it in terms of my little knowledge sharing experience that I have learned and I'm learning. It's a learning process for all of us. So yes, what are you waiting for, right? Over to you, Pradnya.
Thanks, Kunjal. That was an encouraging webinar, and it has given me all the reasons to revisit my blog page and start with a regular blogging. Kunjal, since I have an opportunity, I would like to ask one question here. So, like as an individual, when I'm putting a blog on a LinkedIn page, So is it a good practice to publish the same blog, the same content on my WordPress? So is it good to do that?
Yeah, that's a very relevant question. In fact, I would say yes, it's a good thing. The best thing would be you can mention the source that this has been posted on your LinkedIn. See, the idea is to have cross promotion also, right? So there might be your number of followers on LinkedIn, and you have might have a separate number of followers maybe on Twitter or any other platform. So you have to cross promote it maybe on Twitter, maybe on LinkedIn. But yes, if you have posted something on LinkedIn, you can definitely share it on your personal blog also, saying that this has been posted. So always give a source, because if you give the source, they will also click on it and it will take back to your LinkedIn profile, and they will also come to know more about you. So it works both the ways.
Well, thanks a lot, Kunjan. And I would, since this is an offline webinar and a pre-recorded webinar, so I would request everyone to put in their questions on in the question pane, and we'll within a week's time, we'll try and reach to all of you all with the answers to it. Also, you can email us on marketing@talenttracker.com. So this will also help us, getting your feedback on how you are finding our Talent Tracker webinar series. And once again, thanks a lot, Kunjal, for being there and sharing this wonderful piece of information with us.
Okay, thanks for this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kunjal.